I'ma tell you this one time.
So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, this is a different type of video. I have some people here with me today, and from the title you guys saw, we're going to be discussing something. So I'm going to go ahead and let the people that are here introduce themselves. So y'all can choose who's going first.
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Congo Paul Mungani. I'm Exis, I'm 24 years old. And yeah.
Okay, my name is Grace Kimbaki. You already know I'm always on the channel. I'm in Cali right now. That's it.
All right. You don't want to say your age?
No, I'm good.
Well, y'all can see this is a new type of video. It's a MiyaTalk, but it's going to be a MiyaTalk with guests. So I thought to bring in Go because, you know, Grace is the heavenly version of myself. And, you know, CPB, you got out here, see me running the streets a little bit.
Hey, hold up.
So, you know, from the title, you guys can see that we are having a sex talk. Now, before we start, it's not going to be a gross sex talk. It's not going to be anything. We're not doing that. It's going to be a regular conversation just from 3 different points of view. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me just get the questions real quick. But y'all have them though. So I feel like Grace will have a stroke because...
You know what's funny? I was reading the questions and I was like...
because, you know, okay. So the reason I want to do this is because not only are we Zambian, but we're Adventists. So this isn't even a conversation growing up. So, you know, I was like, okay, now that we're all older, let's go ahead and talk about it because it's not something that we were taught. Well, that's not something I was talked about too when I was younger. So, you know, even the word sex, this like you get taught. Like, were y'all allowed to say it?
I don't think that I wasn't allowed to say it. I just wasn't comfortable like saying it. Even like when it would pop up on the TV, I'd be like, oh.
You know, to this day, I still can't watch. Like, if me and my parents are watching a movie and a sex scene comes on, I'm leaving the room because yuck. Like,
yeah,
not even going down like that. No,
I don't even like them like myself. Like when I'm watching movies like by myself, it's just like.
I know, it's like I shouldn't be here.
It's not even. It's just like, is it even necessary? Like, I don't know.
Why did you watch Power?
I mean, I watched it. I'm trying to be like that. That's what this stuff. Oh wait, can I spare my bad? Damn.
No, you can.
Okay.
No, because I just, you know, I just put Songway on and she just started watching it. And when I tell you that girl is sick, every single time I was like, it gets better towards the end of the show because, you know, it's not like it doesn't play anything into the storyline. But yeah, I was like in the first season, first 2 seasons, you just gonna have to keep muting and unmuting and fast forwarding.
Fast forward it.
Them folks be at it.
See, they need to go back to the alluding, like darkens it out and we know, okay, that happened.
Next scene, like we're good, we get it. Like
you just wake up in bed. Now it's just like, especially because it's on Stars and like HBO, man.
Yeah, like they be showing. It looks like.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the questions. So the first question is, did either of you guys get the sex talk?
I did not. No, I didn't. My sex talk was way to marriage, pretty much. And that was like after the fact that I had already like had sex before. Like I finally like, you know, told my dad, and then he was like, oh, well, I don't know. Like I waited till I was married, so I was, you know, say.
Oh way!
But yeah, so that was my sex talk.
You told him?
Yeah, I told
him. All right.
He put you out the house?
Oh, y'all open over there.
Right. Told him.
It just kind of came out. Like, all right, let's see. You know.
No.
I mean, I guess I should have expected it to go that way, but
Wow.
Well, they handled it well then.
I know. Wow.
I think, again, since we're girls, it's completely different because...
Utter the word.
I'm pretty sure my parents have never even alluded to it. Like...
No, I know you didn't.
So when they end up pregnant.
Yeah, I always thought, like, the day that happens, I'm gonna have to be like, Mom, listen. You know, even though I'm married, they'd be like, girl, you've been married for 5 years. Like...
I feel like that would be a thing, though, for me, too. Like, telling my mom that I was pregnant, like, yeah. So, you know.
I don't know, but Africans are so weird. I feel like as soon as you get married, they're gonna be on you about that type of stuff, even though they were...
That's why I said I don't understand that, because from childhood until, I don't even know what age to say, sex is bad, you're going to hell. But as soon as you get married, it flips. Like, how does that even work?
Where are my grandkids?
Right. But I personally did not get the sex talk. The only talk that I got was from school, which is like generic information. Okay. And then Auntie Miya used to talk to us just a little bit, but I feel like, you know, even back then she was like, I don't know if I should have this talk with y'all, just because, you know, we're not her like biological children, even though, you know, that's my dog. But still, you know, she was just like, okay, well, you know, I told you certain things, but as far as, you know, all that other stuff goes, we're not even about to, you know, get into it. So it wasn't, and I've never had that conversation with my mom or my dad. Like, it doesn't exist. It does not happen. It's not a thing. So, which again, strange, shocking images, but you know, we move. And I'm pretty sure, you know, it's just a part of how they grew up, because they didn't get the sex talk. They just figured it out.
No, wait, I heard they said, like, isn't your aunt supposed to, like, some elder supposed to tell you?
That's why you're supposed to be closer to your aunts and uncles, because they can talk to you about stuff like that, but your parents can't, which is...
I wouldn't even feel comfortable talking to my aunties and uncles about that. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't even know what I would tell them. Like,
I would feel comfortable talking to Auntie Miya just because we've built that relationship, and like literally I could call her up and be like, hey, yo, like, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like the aunts are going to run back to the parents, though.
It depends on the aunt, though. Because that's what they claim themselves whenever we're going up there. Like, you're supposed to come to us. You know, you can talk to me. Don't talk to your mom about that. If something's going on, don't talk to them. Talk to us, and we'll sort it out. Which again does not make any sense, because why wouldn't you want to know what's going on in your child's life? But you know, we move, so it's not my business. That's not how I'm gonna get down. If anything's going on with my child, I need to know.
I need to know.
That's because, and a lot of times, like our parents wouldn't find out until like it's like, oh, I'm having sex, oh, I have an STD, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure my mom thought I was pregnant at one point, because she was like, she came to me, and she was like, Miyanda, you know, you can tell me anything, right? And I was like, okay, like, what are you getting at? And she was like, if there's anything you need to tell me, you know, just tell me, you know, you don't have to be afraid. And I was like, because, you know, it was a long time ago. I was like, did you find out I failed chemistry test or something like that? Like, what are you getting at? And then, so, you know, the time passed, and like, she never spoke about it again. And I was like, did she really think that I was like, no way.
Yikes.
You know, we moved.
She's even looking up tickets to Zambian on the low.
The favorite. Were y'all ever threatened to be sent back?
Oh, definitely. I was supposed to be sent back, yo.
Stop.
I was supposed to be back.
That's why I was so good. It really wasn't morals. It was like, if they send me back.
I feel like it was never an actual threat until I got into like high school, like senior year and all that. And then my mom was like, all right, you looking like you want to go back. And I was like, y'all need to chill, because, and sending people back doesn't even do anything for real. They're either going to get worse or they're going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
Man, my dad was like, oh, you get 3 strikes. You know, I'm going to send you. I got 3. He said, all right, I'm going to give you 1 more.
But also, went back, yikes.
Hey man, I'm American, man. I ain't going back there, bro. Like,
yeah.
You were not sending me back.
You know what? I know some people who got sent back, and they're so much smarter now. So
yeah, I do know.
Like, dang, y'all should have sent me back.
I know.
I would have had fun. I hate America. But that's
Chunko.
that's a different thing.
Online.
We can talk about that some other time. But
Nah, I feel like we would all be like 3 PhDs down if we went back.
I'd be Gucci over there.
Depends, because you know some people descend into a bottle, some people descend into books, so it depends.
I'd be royalty too, though.
Royalty,
You're
hey,
not getting the ladies.
I didn't say that. I just said
the Zambian slay queens.
it's like
You would.
Zambians until this year. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say Africans, but Zambians specifically. But.
Did everybody hear that?
deserves that.
Someone break it to your house? Okay.
We'll skip past that comment. So the next question was, what did you know about sex before you found out everything for yourself?
I didn't know anything. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I knew the act, like I knew what it was, but like it's so much deeper than that. Like, on inside a woman.
I wouldn't say I didn't know anything, but I definitely did not. Like how you said, I didn't know how, like, you know, like details of it. You just know, like, oh, it's a man and a woman, and bada boom, that's it. But
did you guys have to watch that video in school?
People having sex?
Yeah, it's like a health class type of thing.
There's no porn in school.
Right, what was y'all getting into?
It was literally an Adventist school too, but I didn't watch it because I was so scared. Like I was just looking at the ground the entire time. I was like, if I look at this screen, my mom's gonna play. I was like,
We watched no video of having sex.
Yeah, the only thing they tried to make me watch was the birth video, and I said, hell no, I'm not watching that. I'm good. Like, I'm really good. We watched something, but it was just like, it was people rolling around.
Yeah, that one.
So, I mean, I guess that was it, but we didn't, like, they didn't show us no, they didn't show us no board.
What was that video called? It was so weird because they were just like, it was like 24-hour type of thing, and they were just rolling around, and I was like, okay.
No, the video we watched was like some video from like, I don't even know, like the 50s or something like that.
They be showing the old, like, yo, oh gosh, it looks weirder that it's so old.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know why we're watching this, but all right. But yeah, no, it wasn't until, I want to say, LOL. High school was very eventful. It wasn't until high school that I actually, you know, learned what exactly sex was, what went into it, learned about, you know, like soul ties. Do you guys believe in soul ties?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it's like, it's kind of hit or miss, but like when you actually think about it, get into it, you know. Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person, you know, because, you know, people be, you know, busting down everything and, you know, going about their business. But then like when it's someone that you actually care about, then you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, maybe, you know, now I'm feeling a certain type of way and things like that.
Wait, so when you learned about soul ties, you learned from school or where?
I learned from Google.
You know, okay. Someone had explained it to me, and it makes sense. I just feel like if you're that intimate with someone, like, of course, like there's gonna be some kind of attachment. I feel like, you know, like,
yeah,
soul tie. That's I don't know. I don't like that term, but
because I feel like. I mean, okay, so like, I don't even know who to say. So, you know, I'm not trying to put nobody's business out, but like, there's
code names.
Hey.
Okay, so a friend of mine informed us. We're playing a game. A friend of mine informed us that he had, I think it was like 15 or 17 bodies, and then so I was like. you like all of those people and you probably don't even remember most of these people's names, you know? How does that even work? Because then it's like, I personally feel like you leave a little bit of yourself with everybody, you know, that takes you to Pound Town. So, I mean, but because they say your body count's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be half of your age.
I didn't know there was a rule, but
that's what I know.
I didn't really even know about that until, I'm not gonna lie to you, until college, because like in high school I was like, this really doesn't concern me, like this has nothing to do with me. And then in college I was like, I guess I should probably know this before I get married, because I'm gonna be, you know those videos where they're like, it's the wedding night, and like,
oh,
I was like, okay, like,
come on.
I probably shouldn't be like that, so let me know a little bit of something, but I'm gonna be honest with you, to this day I still don't know.
You'll have, what's it called, LOL, you know, they do the traditional teachings for Zambian girls before you get married, which is basically, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, because, you know, no one who's ever done it has told me anything. But from what my brain cells have gathered, it's basically them teaching you, you know.
Hold up,
I'm gonna be like, where did you? Like, how are you a pro?
Hey, some of these traditions gotta stay in the past.
Literally, not even that.
No, I feel like that's good though.
No, with your mom, Auntie Mila, and a bunch of people talking about
no. I feel like certain aunties.
Uncle Akakalu in that joke telling me what it is.
Have you watched the videos online though? YouTube it, it's very interesting.
That was a little close to home, chocolate. What do you mean the videos on YouTube?
There's like videos of like the auntie in the village showing everybody. Y'all have never seen that?
I can't.
It's not supposed to be known by anyone who's not the bride. So like you know, Zambian girls that we know that have gotten married, getting married, they've done the teachings, but they can't tell us, you know, what goes on. They'd be like, oh, you know, you can't find out until it's your time to be taught. Which, I mean, because a lot of times everybody knows what's going down. So, you know, like, what are you teaching? Anyway, I guess it's just tradition, but I'm good. If I know my mom gonna watch this, sorry to you, mommy. I love you to death, but I'm not interested. I'm really not.
I think you're not. I feel like there's some things that it doesn't matter what you think.
But that's just like, do y'all want me to lose my appetite for the next week? Like, gross. Let's just. Nah, I just can't, because I'm a visual person. I don't know about y'all, but like when you tell me things, I see them first. So I'm straight. I'm so good. No thanks. Anyway, we move. So I think we covered the next question, because the next question was, can you talk to your parents about sex? No. I mean, probably now that I'm older and, you know, my mom realized that, you know, I'd be living my life. But I would say no, just because I know she would, like, it wouldn't be real conversation. It would be surface level, and it would be, you know, go read your Bible and that's what you should know about sex, you know?
Yeah. I just don't even know what I would tell them. Like, what would I tell my dad about my sex life, or like about sex, or like, what
I mean, you know,
I would tell them if I got a girl pregnant, but like.
Yeah, I feel like the only way African kids are telling their parents is when there's a after effect from what happened.
Like, I mean,
not at the last resort, which is facts.
I don't think I would. I mean, that's none of my business at the moment, so there's nothing to talk about with my parents. So
no, that's not my business. Which, I
mean,
mean,
it's so funny. We really are Africans at heart.
I mean,
you know, Africans like to keep things really private. Americans would be like, let me tell you.
Right.
Especially like corporate America or like any just work, like white people. They just love telling you their lives.
Right. Did nobody ask you all this 9 a.m. you running your family history down? Did nobody?
Yeah.
I did not ask to hear why your mother got evicted. Like, get out of my face.
Like my money is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna pay.
You just
He'll be like, how's your day? Oh my gosh, let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
No, you remember old dude at the hotel when we were on the phone, Grace? I asked this man because he came he came down to the desk, right? And so he was like, can I get some packets of coffee? Because, you know, there's coffee makers in the room. And I was like, oh, yeah, would you like regular coffee or decaf? He said, oh, thank you so much.
I was like, thank you for asking. Normally people don't ask. And then he started giving his life, like...
Nigga, what?
Like he picked up his cross that day.
Like I was like, yo, I just asked him for a decaf, and he was like, the weight of the world was like, you know how that meme where it's like when people ask you, are you all right? And then you about to start crying. That was literally him.
That was him. And he was literally like, he started telling me his life story.
He was literally like, thank you so much.
Yo, it be like that sometimes. Like,
I was really trying not to be rude, but I was like, hey, you
yo,
take down a little. Like what? Oh man,
please, yo, my side hurt.
No, that man. I was like, what are you experiencing? Let me ask you.
Right. Yeah, it's like one of those days when you really need a hug, I think.
Right. I was like, sir. He was like, nah. And I was like, this man is down bad for real. Like, he was like, thank you so much. It means so much. I said, ooh, anyway, you know.
Man, next time I go out to eat, I'm gonna do that, yo. If I'm about this or that.
Do you want to sauce with your nuggets?
Right. Wait, what was that unsweet or sweet tea? Like, nah, you wild. They'd
be like, okay.
Literally, I was really like, what is going on right now? But I mean, I guess he needed to talk for a few minutes, so yeah. Anyway, ooh, next question was, what was it like when you actually found out the truth about coitus, about sexual intercourse?
Found out the truth, I was like, yo.
Like, so did you find out through experience?
I was like, whoa, like, baby.
That is
God forbid your parents have a YouTube.
I mean, he told them, so clearly they know what you're gonna be getting to. So, which I mean, I think it would be very I think it would be, I don't even know what word to use for a lot of our parents to be like, and when I say this, I'm saying this respectfully. It's crazy to me how the people who were in Pound City for most of their youth be like, hey, yo, I know you're not in Pound Town. Like, are you kidding me? Respectfully, but a lot of y'all had residences in Pound City, okay?
Oh. Citizens. Every time you say that, I'd be like, oh.
Literally, respectfully, but that is lit. What was it like when I found out? Because I mean, I didn't find out through like LOL. I was like, this is not what I thought it was, I was like, this is what I knew was it was like a 1-2 punch and you're done. Not all of this extra stuff goes into it,
I will say I thought it was just, like you said, a 1-2 thing. But then like if I'm watching something, like I was watching The Real and they were like explaining stuff, and I don't watch the show. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. And I was like, yo, what the heck?
Because people be into some weird stuff, like especially
that's
on Twitter, bro. Grace, you be missing out. People do the weirdest stuff, and Grace and someone get mad when I send them stuff that I see on Twitter. But I'm like, we have to see this as a group because there's no way.
The amount of times I had to like cleanse myself from Miyanda's text.
No, you do group chat.
You learn a lot from Twitter. Let me tell you.
You learn a lot.
A lot of things you could have lived without.
What's the next one? What did your church teach you about sex?
Staying till marriage, I guess.
I
don't even think like my church really even like got into that topic with like the youth.
Really?
I can't remember getting like talk at church.
They used to do, because there was like doctors in the church. They used to do like talks. So they'd be like, "Oh, the girls have to separate, the boys have to separate, and now we're gonna talk." But I feel
I guess I can't mean.
I feel like our talks, people would ask questions, and somehow we'd always end up on the topic of inner beauty, and they would inner beauty us until we would go to sleep. So it wasn't even like it was like respect yourself, feel like you're beautiful, know you're this, know you're that, and that's it. Sex is a sin. Whereas the guys were actually getting conversation.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Or conversation, like at camp meeting, when we separate or whatever. Like I feel like we had men that were like also great speakers on it. But they weren't like scared. You know what I mean? Like they weren't trying to like anything like that. They.
I feel like that's a part of it too. A lot of people are like, why are you teaching my children stuff that I don't want them to learn? Which again is ass backwards, but
I think when they make that the title, but then they're really just talking about relationships in general. That's really all my church ever did.
They do that often.
But again, I feel like that goes back to them wanting like dudes to know everything and the girl to just be excuse me. That goes back to them wanting the girl to just be innocent.
You know how it be? Maybe they want you to be a Proverbs 31 wife while people are being sons of Pharaoh. They want us to just be sitting at home. I feel like life doesn't go on.
Facts.
Yeah. They didn't teach us anything. Literally decide you might have sex or you'll go to hell and you'll die and burn up.
Yeah, I think I've heard don't do it so much to the point that I'm like, okay, like I wasn't going to anyways. Like, so can we move on?
Because then at that point, it's like, okay, you're not telling me anything new. Which, again, most of the people telling you this stuff, especially in the church, be the main ones in Pound City. Especially the elders, the pastors. If it's one thing that a pastor gonna do besides preach,
no, give some of them credit. Some of them were the ones married at 19.
Yeah, and why did they get married at 19?
No, you know what?
I did like gotta be married to get past
that.
Yeah, I feel like that's like
you have to be married.
They know about them single pastors.
Like single pastors be they be
trying to
be consoling.
God told me into the draws, like so.
Literally.
Shut up. Yeah. No, I feel like there's nothing wrong with getting married within 4 months. Maybe you just knew.
Within 4 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't knock it.
I'm gonna need a letter from the Lord because
Until like 4 months.
I don't even know if I'll like you for real in 4 minutes, so I have a problem. I really do.
As if.
My thing is, I'll be like, okay, I like this individual, and then literally, like, ask Grace. I'll be like, oh, I'm feeling somebody, da 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 da, and then 2 days later, I'll be like, oof, We move on to the next. Another one bites.
You just be scary. We're literally the same person.
Oh my God.
I'm like, no, I'm straight. I'm good. No. Yeah. Not in 4 months. You really would. You say that all the time, but I feel like if it was actually to come to like fruition that you met someone and he wanted to marry you, you would not marry that man in 4 months.
Me?
You would not marry him in 4 months.
I would if in month 1 this person was like, no, we gotta go through. Hey, listen, I told you, I believe in courtships roundless part. If you're watching, future husband, come court me.
If my future husband is watching, you need to come out. It's hood out here. It's ghetto. I'm tired of it. Like, come home. What's the issue?
Don't come home. Chunko, do you have a plea for your future wife?
Follow me on this channel, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on Twitter, the Don_Paul, on Instagram, the Don_Paul, you know what I'm saying? DM open with.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's gonna be for the after show, but you be going through people quick too. It's not just me. I mean,
I don't think you even go through people because you be like 2 days in and you're like, all right, got a blast.
Like if you make me uncomfortable, I get uncomfortable quick. So if you make me uncomfortable, if I see something that I don't like in those 2 days, I'm out. I don't got time for that. That's how it ended up with the Ted Bundy, and that's not
the amount of people we had to scratch off of the board for you. It's so long.
That's why I don't talk to people because I don't have time. Like I'm not interested in dating bozo. I'm not interested in being a clownette. So,
same. I usually talk to somebody for 2 days and then I get ghosted, and I'm just like cry for a good 4 months.
Just be like, oh, I'm not gonna text him back for a minute, and then when he don't text her back after she finds out, she be like, oh, I got ghosted. Yeah.
No. To be fair, that person was in a whole other country, so I was like, okay, like let me just get.
Was he?
Yeah.
Work.
Girl, when I tell you I'm still sick to this day, I can see that man's face and I'd be ready to throw up.
I mean, you know, maybe when he comes back, y'all can rekindle things.
Nah, let him ever stick his hand out to shake.
Let him move his hand at welcome. Ooh,
bro, they can be like, hold your neighbor's hand. Not the same.
I did that one time. It'd be like that. I was like, I'm letting you know that I'm with you. Like,
not in the Lord's house.
I was literally, because we were shaking hands, and then I was like, okay, this is enough. And he kept on shaking my hand. I literally like snatched his hand off and like threw it. And someone was sitting next to me. She was like,
was it that weirdo from Pleasant Street?
Man, I even forgot he was alive. That was
okay. Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
God forbid everybody we're alluding to watches this video.
I mean, he knows it happened, so I don't even know if he watches my videos anymore, but you know it happened and you know why I was feeling how I was feeling at that time. So next. Not God forbid. I mean, listen, the truth is the truth. If it's one thing I believe in, it's the truth. So don't be out here living lies. But we move. The last question. Now that we're older, how do you think things should have been handled?
That's a good question. Grace, you want to start us
Me
off?
first? Oh. I would say, not make it seem so evil, like, because I feel like our parents make it seem like it's this evil thing, but you can really approach it like it's this super sacred thing that you should want to save, and you don't have to get into the graphics really early on in life, like probably like 13, I think. You can be like, yo, this is what you do. But it's very sacred, and it's not just like an activity.
And it's not a pastime.
Recreation.
I definitely feel like it should have been less evil, and it should have been less like, if you do this, you're automatically going to hell, you're automatically, the bottom of the barrel. And especially like, we're Africans, and especially when people think or even just have an inkling of, oh, this person might be doing this, you automatically become a hoe to the whole, the whole community. And now, Elder Evans' daughter is known as a hoe. You feel me? So I definitely feel like in the African ways, they need to acknowledge that the thing that you guys think is so evil, but then push on people 2 minutes after they get married, is not evil. It's part of life. And if somebody want to be, Captain, that's their business.
I think they just needed to be better educators than they get educated us. I wish my parents would have just asked me are you having or anything. The fact that I told my parents oh, I'm doing this. This is 20 whatever years old. I don't know. I just wish they kind of would have asked, because my dad, he really be thinking I'm just out here. Now he thinks I'm just out here. Damn nigga, I don't know.
Wait, so to Chongo, what age do you think you need to be explaining?
Shit, you really was starting what there? Remember 14, 15, 16? 16, you get your license, you better know, you know what I'm saying?
I heard little boys move quick, so.
Something about them little girls too, though. I feel like if things had been explained differently for me, I probably would have made different decisions. Because, all you hear is it's evil. You don't hear why. You don't hear why you shouldn't be doing this thing. You just hear, don't do it. It's bad. And that's it. So it's all right, there's a lot of things that y'all think are bad, which I don't. So I'm going to do what I want to do. But, now that I'm older, I'm like, maybe I should have listened to that one thing.
Now you gotta share your testimonies to the little kids. Go to the youth Sabbath school. This is my testimony.
What is it? What do they be calling those? A cautionary tale? No way. For a long time, I'm pretty sure most of my family members, that used to be the running joke that I was gonna have a baby early. So
who has said that?
I'm not even gonna name no names because they be watching these videos, but
wait, hold on. I'm thinking about it. The sex talk I got my parents was, if you get a kid, you're gonna be working at McDonald's. To take care of that kid type of shit. That's what it was. Even imagine marriage. Sounds awful. Waiting till marriage.
That sounds awful. I mean, hey, bro. When you've been waiting so long, it's
You're what if you wait all that while and then you find out? And this shit.
But the thing is, how would you know? How would you know it was trash?
Well,
you'll know. You'll be like, damn, this is what I waited for.
You know what? I believe my God wouldn't do that to me.
If it's your
you'd be surprised.
Won't know.
I don't think even though it was extra extreme trash. If
it's your first time, you probably won't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can work on that. No, I was listen. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, God gets me married by 26, because waiting until 30, that sounds. Miyanda, don't make that face. Oh, wait, I'm about to turn 26. You're right.
I was like, what are you
27. Expeditiously.
He got about 6 months left on that clock.
My God can do anything.
You said you want a 4-month courtship. You trying to be like the Duggars, and you want to know why the Duggars all get married at 16?
Hey, call me a Duggar, you dig?
They're not trying to wait until they're 50 years old.
I need that lobola done in month 3. Period.
Month 3. That was that timeline I was reading. Chongo, these people met December of 2020, and the lobola was paid in March of this year.
Energy.
No, I don't know enough about you.
Yeah, for real.
But like, how do you know they didn't know each other previously?
Even then, you didn't know them intimately like that. If me and Chongo are friends right now, but if we were to start dating, I would see a whole different side of him.
Different side.
Completely different.
First of all, who was it? Didn't Jacob? No, wait. Who was the one who had? now I'm getting my Bible studies messed up. You know the one where they sent their servant to go pay to get old girl and bring him back.
Which story was this?
I feel like I'm mixing up. Isaac. It was Isaac, right? Jesus.
Wait. You talking about David and Bathsheba? Story.
What's that, David and Bathsheba? No, that wasn't David. No, David and Bathsheba.
He saw her out the window and said, "I need her."
Yeah, that was after he raped her.
I need that.
And he got her man's killed. Like, yo.
Yeah, that was extreme. That's an example, guys. That's what happens when you don't.
I think that
you gotta leave the married folk alone. That's the lesson in that.
Yeah, true.
With thy neighbor's ox. I mean, I feel that, but you know,
all I'm saying is 3 months is not expeditious.
That is extremely expeditious.
No, it's not. If you're, what's the word?
I guess if you know, you know. But I just know I won't know.
No, I feel like if you're both like, okay, let's just speed up this getting to know each other process. Like you're learning colors month 2. Like, no, you need to be learning about skeletons week 3.
Get to know each other.
I mean,
we're married.
That's what somebody was saying. Somebody was like, let's get married and figure each other out on the honeymoon.
Oh no.
No thanks.
That sounds insane.
But I mean, I understand not wanting to wait 9 million years, but I gotta know you. I gotta know a little bit about you. Like, I need to spend time with you. Have we gone on a vacation in those 3 months? Have I stayed at your house? Have you stayed at my house?
Vacation for what?
Because I need to. First of all, if I cannot travel with you, I'm not gonna get married to you. No, you learn about somebody when you travel with them. No, if you can't travel properly, if you can't handle yourself on a trip, done.
You could take a day trip.
That's why I said I need you to bring a spend a night bag because I need to see what you're really about.
You
can't just. I mean,
nah, because
you'll figure that out when you're married.
You gonna get married for 3 months and find out you only showers once a week. That's not like, no, ma'am.
I feel like you can. I feel like you would know if someone bathes once a week or they don't wash their legs. I mean, you can work on that. Right. We can up it to 3 times a week and then, every day eventually.
The Alabaster Americans hide it.
Man, they be going on Twitter to ask people if they wash their legs.
Right.
Wait, what do you
Those are jokes. That's not the majority. It's not the majority.
I don't know.
Because it's no way.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was introduced to a washcloth after we got married. That's Serena Williams. Imagine the rest of us who are down here. Are you kidding me? Nah.
See, that's something that you talk about before. Like, oh, so what are your bathing rituals?
But why I should not have to ask a grown man if he bathes every day.
No, you just gotta. Okay, you can inspect his bathroom. Like, this soap has been at this level for 3 days. Give him a bar of soap and see how fast he finishes it.
Oh my God.
Logging it.
That's part of why I could not be with an Alabaster American because.
Also, I feel like my brothers are so dirty that being with someone who left the toilet seat up wouldn't bother me. I'm so used to it.
I mean, you can work on stuff like that, definitely, but like, if you don't clean your bathroom ever, that's not something that's workable. That's a life choice that you've made.
You can clean the bathroom.
the great.
I mean, clean the bathroom. We good.
Hold on. So you're gonna be living with a man, and you're the only person that cleans the bathroom?
I mean, I'm the only one that cleans the bathroom now, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in there cooking and cleaning, man. I'm trying to be a house husband for real. I'm finna.
You trying to be a house husband?
Whatever she needs.
I'm over here like I'm finna do laundry. I'm finna clean. I'm finna cook. Like, listen.
I think naturally women just do those things anyway. But I would really love if the person I was, going to be with, if they're, the brain cells connected and said, maybe this one time I'll clean it. Or maybe, I won't leave my facial hair all over the place. I'll put.
I mean, yeah.
Like, come on now. You can't be walking.
I feel like you can clean occasionally, but I would actually feel insulted if I walk into the room.
Insulted.
If I walk in and he's vacuuming, like, what you mean? I didn't vacuum good enough?
Men and women clean differently anyway, so.
Yeah. If you need a village wife, I'm here.